Hi and welcome to my life as a full-time artist and creativity coach, and this is week 2. This year I have decided to be more consistent with posting on YouTube. I think I have procrastinated long enough. It is always about making these perfect videos. So today is a Wednesday, and Wednesdays I go for Pilates. Before I go for Pilates, I thought I'm going to shoot this video, and so you see me in this very weird activewear that I never wear in the studio. So pardon me for that, but I'm going to tell you what I have been doing at the start of the year. This is coming from someone who has worked in tech marketing for the past 15 years. So in a different life, I was a tech marketer and I have worked 15 years, and I actually left in 2024 August to give myself a trial at if I can do this full time. Also, because I have been in marketing, I felt like I must give doing marketing for myself a try. Unlike a lot of artists, I don't spend 8 hours in the studio. I am a creativity coach, so I teach and I also share my learnings and I also make art. So I have kind of a left and a right brain, like a mix, I would say. And I like to work in equal proportions across all the skills I have because that's how I tend to enjoy my life. I hope some you get something from this video, a few bits that are interesting, few bits that you can incorporate in your artistic life, or a few ways in which you can be creative or disciplined or motivated, because I'm going to be sharing a lot about that today. So first of all, let me show you my studio. So pardon me for the mess, but I am an artist who makes anatomical hearts, okay? So this is my idea wall and I generally keep building it across the year. It includes a lot of ideas I'm working on, but it also includes a lot of affirmations and things that I really like. So, like, I am certified in art therapy, and this is very interesting because it's a self appreciation tree, and it's made in art therapy. And basically, it lists down everything that I feel are my strengths, and like being kind, being positive, intelligent, honest, smart. And this is a great reminder if you are somebody who forgets the things they are good at. This is a very great technique. Just make a tree, and on each of the branches, make leaves, or just write what you are really proud of. You could also add into the roots, like I'm spiritual, I'm not judgmental. So you could add like more stronger and deeper points below, while more outwardly self appreciations up. Now the next thing I want to show you is my heart. I showed this in the last video as well. These are the ones that are right now available. So yes, I need to work more on creating my hearts for this year. This is my latest commission. It's the heart of a 12-year-old girl. So basically, I make these kind of anatomical hearts where it's inspired by all things that the person loves. And this to do, and it's just a part of the heart. And of course, there's a lot of symbolism that are my additions, and some of it that, of course, that her parents gave in. So, as I showed you, my studio is a complete mess at this point of time, but it generally happens when I'm delivering something or I have a certain date to pick or catch. And right now I'm sitting on the table, and this table is the place where I work. I have my laptop here. Spend around 2 to 4 hours a day working on the admin stuff. And I specifically want to talk about this because as an artist, I make my living through commissions, through the art, but also very importantly through what I teach. I teach creativity to everyone, to artists. I have a 4-week course called Creative Kin where I actually teach creativity to all. But today I'm speaking to the artist in you. I am speaking to the person who I think has some generalized views about the way artistic careers and lives should work. It is going to be difficult because it's not going to be something that is pleasant to hear. As an artist, I have observed a lot of artists around me. And I have also observed being in the corporate for 15 years and doing successfully. I have also observed a lot of corporates, and I have also seen the corporate life very closely. What I have come to realize is that we as artists somewhere tend to romanticize the drama, romanticize the pain of an artistic career. We can build an artistic life. We can build an artistic career by staying disciplined and focused. And we can also build creativity through that, but we tend to ignore this and rather demonize corporate work culture and, of course, romanticize our own way of living. And that's okay if you understand that you're doing this consciously. But for those of you who really believe that you want to learn from the goods of each of the different career paths that are there in this world, then I'm here to share that with you. The first thing I learned from my corporate career is to be disciplined. Nothing comes out of spontaneity. Spontaneity is good in a few things, but do you know something? Spontaneity comes when you are disciplined. Yeah, that's the cliche of life. You are more creative when you are more disciplined. Creativity builds on discipline. If you tend to think you're just going to wake up one day and come up with the greatest idea of art, it will not happen. Mostly, unless you're complete exceptionally gifted. I don't know that kind of person. I'm not that kind of person. For me, it's about the discipline that has built my creativity. It has built ideas for me. It has built subjects and interest for me. So the first things first is do it when you're not liking it. In corporate, we have this teaching, okay? It's called as eat the frog. That is the thing that you hate the most, eat it the first thing in the day. That is, do it the first thing in the day. So on the first thing of the day, you will always find me with my laptop, with my emails on, and trying to work on admin related work that I generally tend to not enjoy as an artist. I also want to add that being disciplined makes you more creative. It is a paradox of life. But even as an artist, if you're going to make art every single day, not on canvas, but even on like random sheets and sketchbooks, you are going to get more creative because creativity thrives in discipline. You cannot, if you're depending on inspiration to make art, then your art is probably just a hobby. You have to get yourself to a pen, paper every single day. Sketch. Make art, make art. And then you will be consistently inspired. So that is the first thing I learned in the corporate is to be consistent and to show up even when I'm not feeling it. The second thing I learned is about working project specific. As an artist, I'm sure you have like multiple and many ideas and thousands of ideas. Now, this process, let's call it scratching, okay? Because it's like you're scratching an itch, right? You have an itch and you want to scratch all the itches on your body. Imagine that. Now, each of the itch will want to be scratched, right? Exactly like that. Each of the ideas that you have, you would want to work on them. So, build an idea book, okay? It could be a physical book, a digital book, however you feel it, and start writing your ideas. As you write the ideas, start building more and more information on it. So when you're working on an artistic collection, it should not only be, okay, I'll make landscapes or I'll make florals. Rather, it should be like, what am I going to create within the landscapes? Or how am I going to dig deeper? Let's say I like landscapes. I like forest. What kind of soil is in forest? What kind of trees are found? What is the smell that, the aroma that comes from the pine trees? How can I get them onto my canvases? So go deeper. That is what I learned in the corporate, like to build a project in a way that I research deeply into it and then I build a collection out of it. Last year, I worked on a collection called Metamorphosis, which was about the change that we go through to become a transformed person. I actually ended up selling almost all the paintings. I just have like three or four remaining. And that changed everything for me. I realized if I work in projects then or collections, whatever you would like to call them, my work is going to be more cohesive and my work is going to speak more. Now, at this point of time, maybe at one time I will give you a detail about how you can work about on these projects, but I also take one-on-one coaching, so if you're interested. But before that, I want to speak about the idea that let's say you're working in a collection, how to make sure that you're going deep into the collection. So you need to do your research first. You need to study. You need to whether or physically be in the place or physiological or study the society or study the person, the people. It's very important when we look at a collection, we start studying and working on it. And I'm going to show you how I work. So like I said, I like to make hearts. So I'm right now going in deep with the anatomical heart, and there are various reasons why I'm interested, and probably I share that someday. But I have been, along with making art, I will write because Free writing will give you a lot of insights into how you want to build what you're trying to build. And I do this kind of deep work almost an hour or so in a day, depending on how I'm feeling about the subject that I'm working on. So, today we spoke about consistency. I think for me, being consistent has been the most useful in the past 1.5 years to start somewhere building an artistic practice where I feel I can make money. Unlike what we have learned, let's not romanticize being inconsistent, and let's understand scientifically how consistency is connected with creativity, how discipline builds our inspiration bank, and how working in projects or collections can actually help us build cohesive collections. And this niche that we build actually helps us be better artists. So many of us go around saying, even I used to be that person who used to say that, why should I work on a single collection? Like, why should I niche down? And the beauty I've realized, the strength is in niching down. When we niche down a universe, we actually, less number of options you have increases our creativity. Unlike what we believe, if let's say we have all the colors that we can use, it's going to reduce our creativity. But if we remove the colors and say, I'm going to make the art only in 3 colors, we actually force our brains to work more creatively. The difficult way is to choose one topic and keep working in that universe and build that universe into your own world. So, today we spoke about 3 things. We spoke about consistency, how consistency is connected to creativity, how discipline is connected to inspiration, how you can build an artistic practice which is actually built with creativity through discipline and consistency, how you can work in projects and still feel inspired by it. I spoke a few minutes about the idea of niching down, and I think it needs a lot more than just a minute. I am an artist who teaches creativity to other artists. I teach creativity in a way that it's accessible and it's beneficial to your artistic practice. I teach creativity in a way that you expand yourself and expand your artistic practice, not only artistically, but specifically business wise and tool specific. If you're interested to learn from me, then message me, DM. If you like the video, then like, share, subscribe.